Hey, it's AP, and today I'm not doing anything. Check it out. For those of you who regularly watch the show, I try to get a new project video out every 2 weeks. And today, July 23rd, 2023, just so happens to be an upload day. But I've got nothing to upload. No, it's not because I've run out of things to do. Trust me, there's a list. No, I'm not uploading anything today because, as some of you know, I've been a member of SAG-AFTRA since 2006, and SAG-AFTRA is currently on strike. SAG-AFTRA is the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. Whew, I need to shorten that. At this moment in time, we are currently on strike, which prohibits me from uploading anything that has IP from a studio that we're striking against. And I had been leading up to release a video on the studio scale model build of a starship from that space saga that came out in 1977. But by doing that would in essence be crossing the picket line because I am promoting intellectual property of a struck studio, and I don't want to do that. I am standing in support with my brothers and sisters in SAG-AFTRA. So instead of scrambling to build a radiator cover or swapping out my sump pump again, and to not cross the picket lines by uploading a proper model build, I decided to take a break this week. But before I sign off, a few words on the strike. The union is on strike because we're trying to come to an agreement with the studios and the streamers on a new contract that reflects the new way of business, which is streaming, that covers scripted TV and films. This isn't about rich celebs trying to get richer. This is about the almost 90% of actors that are working day in, day out, barely able to survive on what they're getting paid. And with the proliferation of streaming platforms, the concept of residual payments has kind of become a thing of the past. Residuals, for those of you who don't know, are payments made after the initial payment that your contract is covered by has moved on to a new media market. For example, maybe your initial contract is for a theatrical release, and then it gets syndicated and sent out, distributed to network television. Then you get a new payment, and it's a calculation, a formula based on your time on the set and all that good stuff. But these payments, these residual payments, were the ways that actors survived in between acting gigs, and that's all since really dried up because for whatever reason, the streaming platforms can't figure out how to tie back a performer to the film that they're watching or streaming on one of the streamers, and how many times that's been streamed. It's just mind-blowing that you don't understand how many times something on your own platform has been watched, but I don't work for those companies, so I don't know. Also, did you know that only 12% of the 160,000 members of SAG are eligible to participate in the health plan? That means 88%, almost 90% of members of SAG make less than $27,000 per year. $27,000 is the level that gets you eligible into the health plan, $27,000. 90% of the actors don't even make that much money as an actor, as what they've trained for, as what they're pursuing, as their passion. The poverty line in 2023, I believe, is 14,000, 15,000, so it's not too far off. So the concept of the starving artist, the starving actor is very real. And it's because these contracts need to be revisited, renegotiated, and need to take into account the new way of doing business. SAG-AFTRA is also fighting for our own intellectual property rights. Artificial intelligence is a real thing, and it's not just visual artists who are suffering, it's not just writers who are suffering. I mean, they're suffering, but also actors. In today's world, you can get scanned on set, and for a one-time payment, they can take that image and pop it wherever else they want in that film that you're contracted to be in. So in essence, you got paid an extra $100 to be scanned, and now you appear 100 different times in this film, but you only appeared one time, one day on set. You're not getting paid anything extra when you could have worked 10 days on set, getting your 10 days of daily rate. You're not getting that because you've been scanned. And you have no idea what's going to happen to your image until you actually see the final cut. It's amazing. And SAG-AFTRA is really trying to push for protections for artists in the realm of artificial intelligence, just the same way that the WGA is, and trying to protect their property and their creativity from the threat of artificial intelligence. It's mind-blowing, mind-blowing. And this has far-reaching impacts for so many people on set. It's not just the actors. If you're working one day and then you get scanned and then the rest of your time in the film is actually done on a computer, that has impacts on props, it has impacts on costumes, it has impacts on the production crew. That's less days on an active set because now everything is done in the computer. It's a huge savings for the studios, but it is a huge impact to the bottom line of the performers out there, for the people who are working on these films. There's so much more going on. Visit SAGAFTRAstrike.org for more information on the strike. If you're a member, it's a great place to get information on what we can and cannot work on, as well as where you can picket to show your support for your fellow brothers and sisters. If you're not a member of SAG-AFTRA, it's also a great resource to understand what you can do to help support the cause. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.